Good morning, guys. Hope you're having a great day. Great day. So SPY. So the scenarios are playing out as if you attend the pre and post market. We try to explain. I mean, we're not gods, but certain things we see as from our technical trader side, and these we gave you levels from this entire run up here, and then this we also notified you that for above 450 psychological level, I mean they may take it up $1-2 and then make it a top for a while, and that's exactly what's happened. Now the question is, does SPY hold on this trend line as technicals, right, or do they flush it lower this time and break it? Because all these people have been buying dips here on the trend line, right? It's been happening. Does the same thing happen today or no? And then obviously we have this Friday quad witching. If you don't know what that is, please look it up, right? I said it yesterday also what exactly it means for the market. If the dip buy happens here at the 50-day moving average, or if they hold this trend line, then we can obviously rip up towards 450 and much higher, and then we just continue going up. But then we extend the chart. Now let's look at the weekly chart, right? The weekly is right here. Excuse my channel, it's not perfect. But if we do break lower, where do we go next, right? Where do we go next? The number that we want to pay attention to is around 442. It's not exact. I mean, it could be 441.50. It could be 442.50, right? Not to the dot. I'm not an algorithm, so I would not know that. But around 442. If we break 442 and we hold below, expect 436 in my opinion. Okay, and then at 436, we see what they do, right? Do they consolidate it for a bit? Do they make a bear flag? Or do we go lower from 436 all the way towards where? 420. Okay, so from 430. So from 436, the next scenario would be 420-ish, okay? And that will be about a 7 to 8% correction. And then if 420 also fails in the coming weeks, right, then the next scenario is right at this level, which is 400, 410 in this zone right here, okay? Now, when you know these zones, what happens is you start managing your positions accordingly. You position yourself accordingly. If you're somebody that has taken $1,000 account to a $3,000 account, or a $10,000 to $30,000, and this week or next week you have options worth more than $10,000, meaning almost 35%, 33% of your portfolio, and if the market takes a dip and you're on the long side, that 10K you're going to give it up really fast. It might have taken you 6 months to make it though. All right, that's the reason we always say manage your positions. Go in with the account option which you can afford to let go to zero, because a lot of people probably made money on this run right here, right? And then you get very optimistic because you're in profits. You start taking bigger position sizes. You start doing all these calculations. Taking $100 to $1,000 is not the same as taking 1,000 to 10,000, and 10,000 to 100K is not the same, and 100K to a million is not the same. Okay, just know these things. With that mentality, you will get killed. But for now, on SPY, 442 is a must hold. And then to the upside, obviously we have 450 if we do reverse and we continue going in an uptrend. But just know these levels. 442 is the most critical one, right? Been saying this for the last 2 weeks, ever since we hit 450. So 442, keep an eye on it, okay? Because if we look at the monthly, it looks like it needs to cool down for a little bit, right? It looks like it needs to cool down, maybe just go sideways. And then on the monthly, even if we look at the last month's low, we have 436, okay? And then maybe in October we get another red candle, right? And the low for July, it's 420-ish, okay? So we can, something like this can definitely happen on the monthly basis, right? I think LB do it for you guys post-market yesterday, and then something like this can happen in the coming months, okay? Or maybe we just rip up and then we continue going higher, all right? Now we have some news for you. I won't go over QQQ and because it's the same thing almost. Microsoft, we have a $60 billion buyback, and yesterday I bought a range on Microsoft, and I did not know about this news, that this news was going to come out, right? And I went in with a regular size on my butterflies for this week, right? I'm expecting Microsoft to close in this range, even though the buyback is announced. Right now it's opening at 304 near all-time highs. Now if Microsoft takes all-time highs and holds all day, I think the market is fine. It can lead, right? Tech will be up. So let's see. But are they going to start buying back right now? I don't think so. They probably want Microsoft at a discount. So they probably know that something is coming up maybe, right? So today's Wednesday, we have Thursday, and then we have Friday. Expect some big moves this week is possible. I mean, maybe they keep it low, but for now, expect some big moves, right? And So let's see. Microsoft, if it does give up 300, I'm pretty sure by Friday we're gonna fall in this range. So my butterflies at the open will be down a lot. I know they'll be down at least 50%, I think, which I'm okay with. But I've seen my options go from $1 to 10 cents and then back to $10, up 1,000%. So I'm not scared. So let's see what happens here. And then the casino stocks, Wynn and LVS. So Wynn Resorts, Las Vegas, Chinese. So 45 days to tighten up some regulations, right? They want some sustained and healthy development. The only thing I can say, you guys all know what happened with Baba, PDD, JD for the last 6-7 months. Those stocks have not been able to move up ever since the Chinese news started coming. Personally, I was very heavy in Baba, and I still am, and I'm in huge losses. Like, I'm very transparent about it. I'm not gonna hide away from it. I did not stop out. I'm still holding their 2023 leaps. Let's see what happens. It's just gonna be a bumpy ride for me. And then, so if you're long casino stocks, you might want to manage, right? I mean, cut some losses if you're holding those stocks, okay? And then CNI, Canadian National Railway, they had a Kansas Southern deal 3-4 months ago, which I think is getting canceled. Regeneron, I'll go over REGN. You guys know this vaccine play, right? Or before when the COVID was happening last year, about 1 year ago, I made good money on this when our Discord was free. I used to play this a lot. But today, they had some news that the government is ordering another 1.4 million doses of COVID-19 antibody cocktails. Okay, and it's up pre-market. And so a total of 3 million. So keep an eye on this play, because this, when it runs, it makes huge moves, right? And the thing I saw here on the daily was a nice little cup, right? And now it's forming a little handle. So on this, I'm just going to give you one number. It's far from it, 680. If this stock takes out 680, expect 700, 800 really fast, in my opinion. Okay, 700 and then 800. So REGN, you can set an alert on your thing. I will not buy it here. I won't buy it here. I don't care when news comes out, because on a choppy, options will be expensive, right? So REGN, if you're looking for some COVID-related vaccine plays, this can be one. But above 680 is when I will play, and then it can have a tremendous run of 100 points. Okay. Then we have Yum Seed Brands, Yum China. They made comments that on COVID-19 Delta, they can take a 50 to 60% hit. Okay. On their third quarter, which is huge. I mean, that's not small. So 50 to 60% hit on their profits. That's very negative news. As an investor, I'd be worried. It's below the 200 moving day average. It can see all the way down to 57, and if 57 holds, great. If it doesn't, then obviously we have the low 50s. Okay. So let's see what happens with this. So some negative comments from China trade. Crocs, CROX. It's just crazy what this company. I have never traded this stock in my life. Maybe once, I think I bought calls sometime 1 year ago, but that too maybe as a lotto or something. But their conference call was very good on their investors day. They made some great comments. Their revenues, profits is much better than before, and then their repurchase program is at a much faster pace. So they're just buying up their stock. So they probably know something. Maybe they're gonna include more products and services. Let's see. And then we have one stock which I'm gonna go long on. I'm gonna make a heavy bet on this one, right? MSTR. I'm probably gonna go into 2023 calls based on Bitcoin. Maybe in October or November on the late run into the year. I think Bitcoin runs. That's just my personal opinion, right? Do your own research or what you think regarding crypto. But MSTR, I'm probably going to buy at these levels, 2023 calls. So if you have a big account, expect an alert maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday, or sometime this month. Because it is going to cost $20,000, $30,000 per contract, the ones I want to buy. And so keep an eye on this. And another crypto play that I do want to let, before I move on to crypto, NEO. So LB bought puts yesterday, on his request. So if we do break out, break below the 36-ish. So if we break 36 on NEO, right? If we break 36 to the downside on NEO, we can see all the way down to where? $30. That's a $6 move if they break it. Because once they break it, the selling will really accelerate in the stock, I think. And then the first stop will be from 36 to 34, and then from 34 straight to 30, I think. And it will be a big drop if it does happen. right? Because they might bring it down to 30 in the next few weeks, or maybe this week, and then they just consolidate for sideways for a long time. Don't forget, this stock went from $2 in 2020 to $66. Okay, that's how much. That's a 33 times multiple. Okay, 33x. Did the company really did something that was 33x with their numbers or whatever happened, right? So ask yourself these questions. Okay, and so that's it, guys. This week Friday we do have quad bridging. Take it easy. See what happens, right? And this month I do have Walmart spreads, which was a little big position for me, right? I bought it right here. I bought the spreads for October 1st. I'm down, I think, 60-70% on them. Again, very transparent with the losses. Right? I'm actually telling you guys a lot of losses straight from my side. So it wasn't able to hold these levels, what I expected, right? But now it's at a dip. I will avoid, but our ultimate number is what? 154. Okay, so 154 close on daily, which does not look anytime soon. So let's see if it reverses this month back above 150, and then we get that move, right? So and then what else we have? Baba. I think somebody said Kramer is buying Baba. I don't know about the news. I still have to look into it.
No, he said he's staying away from China.
He's staying away from China. So somebody mentioned that he's buying Baba. So any news somebody mentions, always confirm. Never blindly follow it, right? Because maybe they misread it or misheard something, right? Very possible in the market. So, but Baba needs 174, but 180 is our ultimate number. 180 is must. 220 is confirmation. So far away from it, right? What happens here? If it breaks lower, then we do have 130 next. Is it possible? Of course it's possible, right? 130 can be next if it breaks lower. So let's see what they're doing. This is fun. A great learning experience for me, for Baba personally. Losses are on the one side, but just learning this entire process that I've never been through with Chinese stocks before. So it's something definitely to learn for me, right? Because in future I'm gonna have a lot of money, so I'll manage it better and be positive. I'll see you guys back in the chat.